Alrighty, hey there, it's been a minute, but we're going to go ahead and get straight to it and get you all on your way. For clarity, these were purchased with my own money, so no special creator discounts or free shipping. While you may or may not agree with them, my opinions aren't paid for, so let's dive in. This is my first ever custom lightsaber outside of the Hot Toys variants we receive. I'd consider them more of a photographer's lightsaber than I do a collector's saber. More on that later, but I wanted to at least build out the foundation first. These are truly miles better than the Hot Toy sabers we receive today. And while they're good, they don't quite do it for me. The hilt design for the Art15 fits perfectly in the figure's hand without worry. Turning on the lights through the camera, you get the satisfying burning effect that we all know. Again, a photographer's saber. Now, in person, you can see the LEDs. By stopping down and increasing the ISO on my camera, I can get you a closer look as to what you can see in person. This will come into play a little later. For now, let's discuss the details. I crossed this artist's work a little while ago and waited for reviews that never quite came. I always love the extra attention to the detail they put in their work, especially considering they create custom designs and they look phenomenal. So a month ago, I put in an order for the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan and Revenge of the Sith Anakin sabers. That cost me $352.56, including shipping, for buying two. For you eagle-eyed viewers, you might beat me to the jump, but I like to cover quality first. Next to the Revenge of the Sith hilt design, the quality in the print and paint application is handled extremely well. I personally like the subtlety in the weathering. However, this isn't quite what I paid for. Some changes are required in the hilt design to supplement electronic additions, but for a talented artist like this, I expected a better likeness to the requested design. For a better looking hand, you can see the almost brushed aluminum to the paint application and a sharpness to the quality of the hilt which stands out the most. The cord is thin and capable of looping through clothing or hiding in the display if needed. That cord is fed into a heat shrink component housing the electronic bits and finally connected to a USB-A type plug. Again, in camera, it's beautiful. In Kenobi's hand, you don't pay much attention to the smaller details, but for the asking price, I felt like I could. That brings me to the hilt that let me down the most. As mentioned earlier, I requested a Revenge of the Sith Anakin saber. After reaching out to the artist about their misprint and inquiring about sending it back for a redo, they mentioned it being the only Anakin hilt they offer at this time. I'm willing to forego the tinier aspects to Kenobi's hilt, but this was far from what I expected. Now you might be asking how this isn't caught in the first place during the printing and shipping process. Well, they don't exactly provide any of that information. In fact, the product just showed up. It was within the 4-week window, but I didn't know when it was coming or when it shipped, let alone what the final product looked like before receiving it in hand. If you aren't particular, that's totally fine. But something else I noticed probably can't be helped because of the LEDs and how they're inserted into the tubing. If you pay attention here, there's a brightness that can't be helped. Swapping over to my iPhone and bringing the brightness down, you can see why there are brighter spots in those areas compared to the middle. Whereas from the opposite side of it, it isn't noticeable. All in all, I can't say this felt like a rewarding purchase. I like what the hilts offer by way of atmosphere and the life they bring to the figure, but can't recommend buying Anakin's hilt design. This artist is talented, and their work is incredible. But this was a letdown in terms of expectations not balancing out to what was paid. If you're a photographer, this is far better than a CCFL option and could save you a lot of work in post. And with that, I hope this review helped. It's unfortunate I couldn't provide a happier experience, but it's my experience. Take care and thanks for watching.